Hi, I'm Tom Sextro, and my goal here today is to give you an overview of School Broadcaster Screensaver. I'm a tech director. I've been in a school district for over 2 decades, if that tells you anything, and I've seen some things kind of caught my eye this year where our counselors just send emails, and I have to approve them sometimes when it goes out to a whole grade level. And I see their frustration when students don't check their email. What a shocker. They just get busy, or they get so many from Google Classroom, those kinds of things that they just don't check their email regularly. And I thought, well, is there a way to improve communication between counselors? Was my initial thought. Maybe principals, like the library's closed. I've approved all kinds of messages that way, and I thought maybe I could create a Chrome extension that would act like a screensaver, but instead of just putting up random images, it would come messages from the office or from the counselor's office. So let me tell you about Screen Broadcaster Screensaver. I've gone to a site just to give you a demo, apple.com, just a generic site. I'm doing it on a Mac running Chrome. I could do it on a PC running Chrome. Really, my target audience primarily is students using Chromebooks. And the concept is that if your computer's sitting idle, like mine is sit there, I have it set currently for 20 seconds, I believe it is, before the screensaver activates. That's too quick. But what it does is it pops up messages like this to students: tonight's scholarship work night. That might have been created, that graphic, by a counselor. Maybe this one was by the principal or whoever creates these announcements, and you go, well, how do they make such pretty announcements to pop up as a screensaver? And again, I'm being the student here on a Chromebook. Uh, the way you do it is you can go to ChatGPT and give it a prompt. Even this one, Anime Club, anybody interested in this? And Gemini also does it. And I've had better luck lately with Gemini. And schools in August of 2025 will have that are Google based will have access to these tools to make your graphics. I would encourage you to always use a graphic. You can put in real pictures. This happens to be of my granddaughter. If you want to put that kind of, not much of a message there, but the point is you can insert pictures of the football game, say, congratulations on the win, those kinds of things, and you can push that out to all of your students. You can actually use animated graphics. There are sites out there. I was able to create this one pretty easily, and just to kind of give you an idea of the capabilities of it. By default, it's always going to be 20 seconds long. I figure that's just right. It's not too awful long. It's when the screen is idle. I'm not moving the mouse. You can also use text, and it comes in, looks just like this. You can write it a little, real quickly, type something up, and away you go. So how does this all work? So the IT department, which I'm a tech director, so I've got it to where the IT department sets it up, and they decide sheets. They set up a sheet, maybe one for the high school. Let's just focus on the high school. You got 240 characters if you want to type something, which I don't. I would rather see pictures, but if you want to type it, you can do that as well. You set up one for seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, and you can do the same thing for middle school or wherever else. And you use tools like this if you want graphics, but and then what you do, I'm going to imagine that you're a counselor or a principal. And what you're going to do is your IT department's going to say, okay, here's a sheet of the class of 2026. All you have to do is go in, and like the first one, I said there, I could just type it. I could type in this spreadsheet and cell A1, 2, 3, and as far as you want to go. And then you go, what is this? Oh, those are those graphics. So what you do is in Google, when you make a graphic, in your AI tool is what I would use, or you could do any other tool that you want to do, Canva, if some people love Canva. And then what you do is you upload that to your Google Drive and share the link to publicly. It's got to be a publicly shareable link, and you just paste those in there, and that's all you have to do. So if you want to reach the class of 2026 as seniors for this year, you put in the messages. You can delete these messages. Uh, whatever you want to do. It goes sequentially, the paid version. Now, if you want just a free version and you want to test it out and not pay anything, you get cell A1. You can put one message in there, and then over here is where how many seconds before it activates. Normally, you want to do, say, 300 seconds, and if you do 300 divided by 60, that's 5 minutes. I don't think I want this to pop up on student screens. And what will happen on the Chromebooks, they'll have that extension installed, and after 5 minutes, this message will pop up. Now, if you have the paid version, it'll go to message 2, and it'll cycle through them all, and that's all there is to it. So you share the sheet to the people who can post messages to students, and away you go. And you go, well, what's this in H1? This is where you contact granulartraining.com and go on the announcements, and you can ask for a license. And for $1 a student, depending on the quantity, you can have the full version. I would just say start with small. Just do A1. See if it meets your needs. You can change it at any time. It takes about a minute before the Chromebooks update, and it goes, oh yeah, we've changed to not from 20 seconds where it's just popping up like I just showed you, but to 5 minutes. So you just change that number there. But this, you paste in that code that you when you buy the Chrome extension, you paste in this code, and on every sheet you would have that pasted in there, and you'd have to set this. But for the most part, you're going to spend most of your time just creating announcements for students, and in their downtime, they're going to be able to view messages. And so, just to kind of go back to granular training is where everything is under announcements. And if you click announcements, it talks about School Broadcaster Screensaver. So I encourage you to go there. I was just telling you that I created a little podcast with Notebook LM that talks about how why you would, basically what I'm talking about to you right now, every student would potentially get a different screensaver pop up because the idle time would be different for every student. And then if they move their mouse or their cursor or escape out of it, it'll bring them, the next time it pops up, it'll go in sequential order where they left off. So it does that kind of thing. The next thing you do, it talks about the features, but down here is you want you want to try it for 30 days, you click fill out this form, and away you go. Here's some graphics I made just to give you some examples. And so that's the Screen Broadcaster Screensaver. So as I come back to here, you can actually press a keyboard combination, Control-Shift-S. Let's say a student missed an announcement, they can quickly cycle through them by pressing Control-Shift-S. That's the newest feature, and it says press escape to get out of it if they want. So they may want to just look at the announcements. Probably, they don't check emails, so they probably won't do that too often. But what you're trying to do is put content in front of them and kind of just jar their memory like, oh yeah, we've got no school next Monday. So check out granulartraining.com, click on announcements. I've also got other cybersecurity extensions. I do some AI training with staffs. I've done a lot of AI. I'm huge into AI, and I appreciate your time, and good luck.